Okay, so today we will go through the basics of trigger, like whatever we have covered. Depending on that, we will write our first trigger today. Okay, so before that, do we like have you completed the trailhead for trigger?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, great. Then we can just go through the basics. With that, we can just create one trigger. So first thing is that when we are creating trigger, uh, the first thing which we have to think like on which event we have to fire it, right? So if we are trying to um, if we are trying to update any record and we want to update the corresponding if we want to update any field value when we are updating this, then first thing what we have to do is that we have to uh, identify that event, and then we have to go for the uh, whatever we are about to do like with that. So there are two different things. One is trigger.new and trigger.old. Another thing is trigger.new map and trigger.old map. So we have covered these two in previous session, or we haven't. Have we covered this
Yes,
trigger.old
sir.
and
Yes.
trigger?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
that means ideally you should know that. Now, any one of you, just open the developer console and create a trigger on that object where we have created that level. We have created grade or level some field where we had to put two field values, silver and gold, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
Yes, sir.
any one of you open that, open your dashboard, and you can share your screen and then start writing a trigger. Like everybody can should write that.
Can I share my screen, sir?
Sorry. Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
share my screen?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So the requirement is whenever the grade or level is updated to silver to gold, okay, at that
Yes.
time, the updated date time, the date time field which we have created, we have to that put that timestamp there. Okay, so that is the requirement.
Is
So
it visible, sir?
only on update.
If I update silver to gold, then update date time to which
We
date,
have
sir?
to the updated date time. There was a date time field we have created, so we have to stamp the current date time there.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so
Sir, one question. Do we have to create the handler class for that or directly write
no,
the trigger
direct
itself?
for now, directly write that within trigger. The
Okay.
handler thing and how to move that to handler, that we will cover probably the next day. We
Sure, sure.
will look into TDTM, the framework for trigger. For today, we will just create this trigger first. Now, always remember trigger handles all the things as bulk. Like in your trigger.new, in your trigger.old, what you can get is that is a list. Trigger.new map and trigger.old map is also maps. So this is collection variables. Why? Because when you are operating on trigger, like you are writing trigger and you are operating on any object, there is a high possibility that there is a big change, like uh, the records, whatever is associated with that, that bulk change can happen. Okay, so it is not always that you will be working on a single record, right? So let's
So the
create.
governor limit should be in mind, right, sir?
Obviously, and obviously your trigger needs to be bulkified, so you must not
Hmm.
write a trigger to handle a single record. You must write a trigger to handle the bulk record.
Okay. So
So
like sir, there is a limitation in the DML as well, like 150 records, and SQL as well, like 2000 records.
obviously you will not write any code within
Hmm.
a loop, like not any code that SOQL or DML you
Hmm.
must not write within loop.
Hmm. So that is a best practice that we are
We
talking
have to
about,
follow, right?
right?
So let's start writing that.
Okay, so I think hope my screen is visible, right, sir?
Yep.
Okay. So I've already written a trigger. So can I write this trigger in that? Uh,
No, write
okay.
write a new trigger. You have already written a trigger on the same object.
Yes, 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 in the account object.
Please comment that or deactivate that for now,
Okay, yes, yes. I'm
and
deactivating the
let's
trigger.
look into this only for now.
Okay.
And always remember, you must not write multiple triggers uh, for any object. First, let's write that trigger within that trigger body. We will write the logic. After that, we will move that to. So you have already written, means you can work on this. So you complete this one, then we will look into how that is working.
This will work on before update, right?
Yeah.
I have done, sir.
Okay, let's complete everybody, then we will check.
Sujata, I think sir told
You
to
are
write the
you're
direct
typing
in
up.
the trigger. Uh,
You
you
can
are
put
you are
Okay,
writing in
okay, okay.
bulkified form, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So,
it should not be a class. It is a trigger that you have to define.
yes. So the thing is,
We
sir,
are not writing the
initial.
logic within a class now. We will be writing the logic within the trigger. So
So
you have
actually,
written
I don't know
multiple.
how to write the logic in the trigger because, but because the thing is, always practice in the bulkified way. So that's why.
So that does not make any sense. If you don't know how to write the logic, then how you
No,
can
I
write
know the logic, but
trigger
I
or
don't know the
outside that trigger?
syntax.
You
So
define the trigger and start writing there. For trigger, I don't believe it needs to be public. But anyway,
okay,
let's check what happens. You
okay,
define the trigger, and whatever you can do within that trigger, let me you show me that, and then I will tell what you have.
unexpected token trigger.
If the level value is gold or silver. What did you say? I forget.
When it is changed from silver to gold.
When it is changed. Okay.
So it is not a trigger, whatever you are writing, Sujoy.
Okay, sir.
Syntax of trigger, what you need to take is that
Mm. Actually, I've never practiced in the directly in trigger. So
so if you don't know what to write, how to define a trigger, then how you have practiced it? You are
actually,
defining.
I've already, I mean, I've always practiced in a bulkified way. In that, in this one,
That does not
uh,
make any sense, Shuja.
okay,
Whatever you were saying, that is not making any sense because if you don't know how to define a trigger, whatever you have defined, that is not a trigger. Whether it is you are writing the logic in handler or not, that is a different thing. But
okay,
how to define a trigger, that definition statement is not correct here.
okay.
So
So
check
you
that.
need to give that trigger dot is
Trigger,
insert is update is before. That part is missing, I guess.
So check the trailhead and start writing from there. Take the syntax from there, or you can search in Google as well. But in trailhead, it is the I have already given that in the message.
okay. Let me check. Ah, sorry.
Remove this whole code and start from the beginning. Whatever you have written here, remove
Yeah.
this whole code.
Sir,
Now,
isn't like aren't we supposed to look for that create trigger option, or is it if we like because from that create trigger option we have to select the object also, right? This is a class.
right.
Yes.
So you have create. Okay, close it and I haven't checked that.
Yes, I
Anyway,
think close this class and go to the
close
file
it
and yes.
Yes, sir.
in new, create
Apex trigger.
Apex Builder.
Yes, and the object as
Put
account.
some
Yeah.
name and then select the object. Within this, as it is before trigger, and you are just updating on the same object, right?
Yes, sir.
So you don't need any update statement specifically. What you can do, you can directly assign the value uh, with the trigger.new. Whatever you will get in trigger.new,
Okay.
you can directly assign the value so that it can and it will update. Actually, it will update that value. Now go back to your trailhead,
Okay.
scroll down. So this is the for loop
Yeah.
you have to utilize. That is your
Okay.
trigger.new will actually you have to loop through trigger.new.
Because this is the list.
Right. Now this trigger.new is nothing but all the records which are getting updated.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
here what you have to do, if your,
That
if your
description
level
field.
value
Yeah.
equals to gold,
Yeah.
then you will put that a dot updated date time equals to
System.in.
system
System.
dot now. You don't need to yeah, that should be.
A dot.
I am getting an error like condition expression must be type boolean string.
Probably you haven't used equal to, you have used only equal to. Just check that.
Yes, yes, right, sir.
Updated time. Okay.
I have done.
Good. Let's wait.
Mm, yeah. So I have to define a method, right, sir? Yeah.
Within trigger, there is no concept of method.
Okay.
You can write the logic or you can call a method. There
So
is
just
no
one thing we need to do, I guess, from according to me, that trigger dot is update and trigger dot is before, right?
here we are just obviously we should do that.
Because
We
if
don't
there is
need that.
multiple
We,
operation, then
yeah, yeah. We obviously need that when we have multiple events to handle. Here
yes.
only one event we are handling, so
Okay.
that might not be needed.
Oh, I
Okay.
did that. Hmm. So you said like when the value will change to gold. So
Yes,
is
that
that a simple thing that equal to gold is fine for that, or I was like thinking in a
no, it is
different
not.
way.
No, it is not.
Hmm.
Now, why that is not, that we need to check here. Wait, yeah, just put that gold. So you are getting the date time. Fine.
Yes. 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 Yes, sir.
Now, uh, just do one thing. Create a new record. Okay.
Okay.
But sir, when I change the field, like set level is gold to silver, now updated date time is like is usually same. So it is not changed. Like how?
Ideally, it should be, but there are other issues. I am coming to that.
Okay.
And put the value as gold only when you are creating that record. Okay.
So for that, I have to define the before
You don't
insert.
need to
Okay.
work on
Okay.
anything on this trigger. We are just
Okay.
trying to test something else.
Okay.
Save that record. What is the date type?
There is no date time. Sir.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Because it is on. Wait. You
Yeah.
don't need to update that. So what is why it is not updated? Because we haven't written anything for insert, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now do one thing. Go back to your setup.
Okay.
Uh, Go to in home tab. Just go to debug log. Set your debug log.
See, how can I do that, sir?
for your user.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
With the same
Yeah.
user, click on edit on that record,
Yeah.
or you can create a new. That is also fine.
Okay. I have already saved the user from. Yes.
In start time, put the current date time. That is
Today
fine.
is 10. Yeah.
22nd
20.
it should be.
Yeah. My because my org date time is
Okay.
different, right?
The local is different. That is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Go to expiry date. Click on that.
Yes, sir.
Put 22nd there.
Okay.
Save it. Probably it will not save. Right. Put that as 8:30 or 8:36, whatever is there. Right.
Okay. 8:36 here in the expiration date.
Whatever, you cannot set a log for more than 24 hours. So
Okay.
whatever is your start time, the end time must be the same if you are putting next day's date.
Okay.
Yep, it will work. Save it.
Yeah.
User debug. Debug level, SFDC dev console. Go to that debug level, right side. Yes, right side. Yeah, click on that. Database info, workflow info, Apex Finest. Okay, it will work for now, at least. Uh, Go back to the previous script.
Yeah.
That is fine. Go to that account. Go to that
Yes.
account.
Yes, sir.
So now, wait. This is gold. So
Yes,
our
sir.
requirement was when I have to change it from silver to gold. So if it is previously gold, so then my date time should not update, right?
Yes, sir.
Now edit this record and change some other field. Well, change the type or something like that.
Then the update trigger will affect. I think then the date time will be generated.
Right.
Yeah.
So the previous
So
value should be silver, right, sir? Not gold.
we haven't checked the previous value. What we have done, now go back to your debug log,
Yes, sir.
refresh it.
Yes.
Open the debug logs. One of them will have the trigger.
Okay. Not this one, I
Not
guess.
this one. Go back. No. Just put the back button. Click the back button.
Yes, sir.
Most probably this one
Mm,
or this one as well.
yes, sir.
Right. Now check what is happening there. It is trying to match the value and it is getting true there. Scroll down. The assignment is there. Look, line 6, this dot update date time, and there it is assigning the value. So previous to that, you will see that the if condition is also true.
Mm, yes, sir.
If you check that, so if you put any system.debug, it will come here in debug log and you can check that as well. But for us, what is the issue in the logic that I haven't checked the previous value, I have only
Yes,
checked the current value, right?
yes, sir.
So how can I check the previous value? That is important.
We can
You can
easily,
told
So previous value should be silver. How we can check that?
if the
using the trigger dot old.
Not old.
yeah, if the trigger dot old
Right.
is
Trigger dot
silver and the
old
old
map, I
trigger
guess.
dot
Old map, I guess.
Better to use trigger.old map because
Yeah.
when you are in trigger.new, you have the ID of that new record. So with the trigger.old and with the trigger.news ID, you can just fetch the exact record and check the previous value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you 10 minutes. It is enough time. Complete that and test it. I'm not going to tell you anything till that time.
Okay, sir.
So have you completed?
Sir, 2 minutes.
Shujar?
Yes, sir, complete.
Yes, give me 1 minute. I'm almost there.
Yes, sir. Done.
Good. Shubhajit, you can share your screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rakesh, you were saying something?
No, I've done, sir.
Okay, good.
So I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
So I have created this new contact and
Let's go back to that. Yeah.
the code, right? This is the code I have written.
Okay. So here you can just check that the previous value is not gold. Then that is
Oh,
also fine. Like equals to silver is fine as you have only two values here.
yes, 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 yes. But
But
it is better to check that it is not code. Okay.
not gold if your requirement is uh, like from anything, if it is moving to say moving to gold and you have multiple values there, in
Mhm.
that situation this logic will work.
This logic will work. Yes,
If
sir.
your requirement is from silver to gold only, then your previous logic will work.
Yes, I thought
It's
like that only.
completely, yeah, it's completely depending on
Situation,
the
the
requirement.
requirement.
Can I share my screen, sir?
Yep. Yeah,
So this is working. Okay.
yeah, it should.
So I have created this one, sir.
So you have put two for loops.
Yes, sir.
This is not the right thing. What you are trying to do within your first loop, you were looking into whether it is gold and you are assigning the date time. Now, within that, you are just moving to, you are just using another loop to traverse through the old, and if that is silver, you are assigning it to null. So that means in your actual situation when it is moved from silver to gold, your final date time value will be null. First thing is that this is not the uh, this is not as per the best practice, because we should try to reduce number of loops. Second thing is that if you have to do in this way, then you have to check whether trigger dot old for this current value, current id is uh, silver, and then you have to check whether the new value is gold, and then you have to assign the value system dot now. This uh, equals to null is not at all a requirement altogether. So
Okay.
first what you have to do, remove this second loop, that second bracket as well, I believe. Bottom one, bottom one, line 6. No, 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 don't do that. Put that back, put that second bracket back. Remove it from line 5 or line 6. because the indentation is required. Now, what you have to do, you have to check the old value. So how you can get that old value? The simplest thing is that trigger.old will work. So you can just take a you can just define one map, okay, or you can just directly use that trigger.old map, where within your if statement in line 4 you can just put and one space is required before a percent. Now what you need to do, you need to access the map. How you can do that? Trigger.old map. So check the syntax of trigger.old map. First thing is that when you were using that, now within first bracket you have to put the key. What is that key? That is the ID, and it is your current contact ID. Close this one, this window. So no, not like that. It is within first bracket. It would be the ID of the current contact. So it would be within first bracket. It would be con.id. Within first bracket. So this will give you the record, right?
Yeah. So
Do
that's
one thing. Put this trigger.old map .con id just after line 3. Just after line 3, put enter. Right. Contact old con. Contact old con. Just define one contact object. C should be capital. Yeah, old is also fine. Equals to put this trigger.old map within contact ID. You can just copy paste the thing. Yeah. From line 5, just copy paste. Yes, that part.
put here, sir.
Exactly. Put that. Put semicolon. Yes. Remove this thing and put old dot set level not equals to gold. So your the gold, in first place it is small, second place it is capital. Check the actual value, whatever you have defined, and use it accordingly. So what you have done here, within the loop, you are just picking up
Old contact ID, right?
not old contact ID, the old contact record.
Old contact record.
Put that trigger T capital. Save it.
Contact.
Check the trigger.old map syntax. I have already put the trailhead in the message. Open that.
So as it a map, it should have
Yeah,
a gate, right?
yeah.
Yes, it should be get ID. Scroll down. You have trigger.old. No, not that much. Yeah, trigger.old is also in the list, I believe. But anyway, just scroll up, little up. There should be trigger.old.
So I have pasted something in the chat, if that is helpful.
Yeah, go to that chat. Let's see.
Oh, Git.
Instead of ACC, you need to put that con.
Con, yes. Paste it, no issue. Paste it. Paste that one, then we can change it there. In a at the place of ACC ID, you have to con. So with this statement, what you are doing, you are just fetching the values of old contact record. So your contact old, this old one is holding the whole record of contact with the previous values. And for those previous values, what you are doing, you are just in line 5, you are checking right now, you are checking that current value, that con dot this con dot set level C is gold. That means the current value is gold. Old dot set level C not equals to gold. That means the previous value was not gold. Then only you should update. Now test it.
First of all, I have bold, save, then update the date time, and when I silver,
You have to change that back to gold and check whether the date time is changed or not.
yes, change sir.
Now it is changed. Good.
Yes.
Now edit any other field and save and check whether that field value is getting changed or not.
No, sir.
So that means now it is working properly.
Okay. So this record only when this is a new record. So not change, right?
Right. Now do one thing, move this thing, like create one class, create one method, put this whole logic in that method, and call that method from your before tree. So whatever you want to, however you want to do that, and then we will come back to this, like um, what is the difference.
So first of all, create a class and
Create a method within that, and
yeah,
within that method you have to write this logic, and you have to call that method so that you can
okay,
achieve this functionality.
okay.
Wait, in that method what you need that trigger dot new, and you need that uh, trigger dot old map, right?
Yeah,
So go back to that method. Okay. Now then you have to pass these two things in the method argument,
Yes, sir.
and here from here you have to accept that no,
No,
it
not
does not know what is trigger. It only whenever you are just
to list
passing
of
that.
contacts, right?
Exactly, you need one list of contact and one map of contact.
map.
Yes, you need one map, because trigger dot old map you have to pass, right?
Yes.
Map contact you should be putting the ID, I believe. Just check that syntax. So you have to put that ID field there as well, because that would be the key. No. Go back to that syntax. What it is saying, ID comma string. That is putting so what you have to do, ID comma contact. Probably this is not also the right syntax. Just let me check that. Yeah, that should be ID comma contact only. That should work.
So sir, why I am passing this main argument like list and contact?
Just give me 1 minute. Yes, tell me.
So why I am passing this list and map?
Because in your trigger, you are using trigger.new. Trigger.new is the list,
Yeah.
and trigger.old map you are using. So what you have to do from this trigger, you have to pass these two things in that method which you would be calling, right?
Okay.
And then only you can just work on this.
Okay.
So now go back to that method. In this method, your this con is your trigger.new now. New
Yeah.
trigger, like you can access trigger.new using this con, and uh, com is your trigger.old.
Old. Yeah.
So whatever you have written in the trigger logic, just write the same thing and replace these two things with that.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I am getting a problem that how I will iterate through the map, because in the for loop I can see that it is not finding the variable like what I have mentioned in the map, because I haven't iterated through that map.
You don't need
Yeah,
to
I have
iterate through
completed the
that.
trigger.
You don't need to iterate through that map. You only need to use that. Wait. In line
Sir,
3,
sir, I have completed.
trigger.new is con. Change that to con. Whole trigger.new. Change this variable name. Yes, con1 or something. In your contact, old equals to trigger.old map. Change that with com, right? In your con.set level equals to old, and old is this one. Now you cannot put that con.set date time. It should be con1.set date time. Expecting second bracket at line 10. Wait, you have put the, so you have missed one second bracket. Variable does not exist. That is con1.id. In line 4, it should be con1.id.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Public static void con method. And then
Okay. Oh, one more. I think one, two, three, four. Four. Yes. One more.
Okay, now go back to that your to your trigger. Comment this whole code. Not whole, only the for loop, starting from line 3 to line 8.
Okay, sir.
That is opposite. No, no. Star. And put that star slash in line 8. Now you have to call the method of that class, right?
Yeah.
So call that method.
Method or class dot method.
Class dot method you can do, you have made that static.
Okay, I have method static, so I can call only the method.
No, you have to call the class name dot method. Now you have to pass the this in this arguments you have to pass the trigger dot new and trigger dot old map. These two things you have to pass.
Yes, sir. So,
Now taste it.
Nine 45, and then we go to silver. Yes, sir. It's working. And good.
So I've written in a different way. Can I share my screen?
Just a minute.
Okay, sir.
So you have changed from gold to silver. How the updated date time is changing?
Not change the same.
Okay. So now change it back to gold and check the updated date time.
Yeah, 45. Yes. And when I go back to silver, 45.
I think you need to wait some time, because if you are doing the same in
The
same
same
time,
thing
it will.
with, yes, yes. That's
Or you can just create another record and test it there.
Yeah. Okay, sir. I will do it.
Okay, check that. Yes, Pallab, not Pallab. Hujoy,
Yes, sir.
you are saying
Yes.
something.
Yeah, so I have written this trigger in a different, I mean something different way. So can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Little bit different. Is it visible, sir?
No, it is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is my class.
Yes, that is fine.
And here is the trigger.
Go back to that class.
Yes.
Right. In that scenario, it will work same way. Like if it is the previous value is not uh,
Yeah.
good, then whatever it is, it will update. That is fine. So is it done for everybody?
Yes, done, sir.
Yes, done.
Okay. So now let's do it in like let's do one more thing. That is only update we are considering right now.
Yes, sir.
So there are two things we have to do now. First one is that if it is insert and if the value is gold, then also this updated date time should get updated. Okay,
Okay.
that is one thing. Second thing, you have to check that only for the first time it will get updated. So from second time it should not update it. Like once this updated date time value is present, we must not update that again. Okay,
Okay.
so these two changes you have to do. uh, let's do it now.
Okay. Rakesh, can you mute yourself?
Sir, can you please repeat the requirement once again? Hello.
Yeah. So first thing is that you have to incorporate the insert scenario as well. In at the time of insert, if the value is gold, then also your updated date time should be updated. Okay.
Okay.
And the second thing is that once it is updated for the first time, from second time it should not get updated.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yes, Satan.
I'm also done, sir.
Can anyone share your screen and show me what you are doing right now?
Yes, I can share.
Yep.
I don't know what this is the right approach or not. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yeah, I can.
So I've given this is insert and is before, and here in the class I've added this like only this logic. If this is null, not null, only then it should fire.
It will not work. Now ask the question why. So this no, this part will work
Hmm.
for the first time. Okay, but at the time of insert, okay, at the time of insert also it will work because you have changed that logic.
Yes.
It will work. Go back to your trigger. So when you are doing the same thing from both uh, insert and update, why you are writing separate lines?
Oh, in one
That
line
is,
I can do
this
that.
is the right approach, but why you are doing that?
So I think like that should I should do that, so that's why I don't know that there is another way to do that.
With the same thing like
Here you are saying like I should do this, right?
without any without any condition, you can just write the calling statement, and in your trigger logic that will be handled. But the point is that what you have done is right, because there might be scenarios like a method you can write in a way that should be generic. But when you are calling it within your trigger, this is update, is insert, these things should have separate um, section to follow. So if you are handling multiple events within your trigger, you should have this trigger dot is update and trigger dot is before in a single line,
Mhm.
rather than putting that in two different lines,
Just
different
giving the
condition.
and operator in between.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And you should segregate the things like with your is insert or is update, whatever is working there, you should be putting it right, like this, so that in future if you have to debug or if you have to understand, like at the time of before insert, what are the things I am
Yes.
doing,
Yes.
this kind of segregation will help you to understand that what I am doing from my again, this is not going to work. Before insert, is there trigger dot old map? Can we use that?
No, sir. But also thought that, but it is.
That's why you have to write a separate logic for that.
Mhm. When I am removing this, then it is giving me an error. So that's why.
Obviously, because there is no such method, you have to go back to that class and write a new method
Mhm.
for that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Sir,
so
I'm facing an issue. Can you check it once?
yeah, I will. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay,
So
sir.
first,
I'm
Shubhajit.
sharing.
So Shubhadip,
Yes, sir.
first you have to check this, like the before insert scenario, you do not have that old one.
Old
So there
map.
is yes, there is no concept of old. So you do not need to check that. The only thing is that if that field value, date time field value is not null, you will update it.
I got it, sir. A simple thing.
Right. Or rather you should not check that as well, like you will only insert it because it is the insert condition, and this field value must be blank now, so that condition is also not required. Only thing is that you only have to put that if you putting that within that loop there would be only single statement that c dot updated date
If
time
this
dot
field is not null, only this.
you don't need to check that as well, because this is insert condition, it must be null now, right?
Oh,
Because
it is inside.
if you are not updating also,
Yes.
if somebody has updated, put that field value by like if user has put that field value, then also you don't need to bother about that, because it should be the current date time, that's what you have to put, right? Right. Okay, so you can unshare, and Shuja, you can share whatever the issue is.
Okay, okay, sir. Yes, sir. The issue is this. I don't know why it is throwing an error. I think it should work.
uh, it should work. Why you have put or?
Because for the first statement, this is the insert statement, and this is the update statement.
So how you can get the old value?
Old value here, sir. Old value dot get a dot id from here.
No, in your insert condition, how you can get the old value?
Old value is equal to null. If for the insert purpose, if the metal dot c is equal to gold, then it will update the time.
It is. It should not be like that. Should not be null. Ideally,
Okay.
anyway, the issue is something else. New pick list handler.
I think equal to null. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So let me check.
Unexpected token void, public static void. Can you just scroll little up?
No, sir. This is the only one method.
So where is your
Everything.
class? Can you directly write a method without a class?
Okay. 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 Sorry. I think I mistakenly removed the class. Yeah. Sorry. Give me a second. Mm, hello. Expression cannot be assigned.
Apologies, equal.
And here is the here is the trigger.
Test it.
Okay. Mm,
So are we good till now? Whatever we have written.
it's yes. It's 10:05, 10:05, and here
So
9:43.
next day you have to do one thing.
Yes.
You will create one account,
Wait, sir. Okay.
or let's not create account. Let's create contact. Okay. Whenever you are creating any contact, uh, no, that would be difficult for you. So whenever you are creating any account, whenever like whatever the account you are creating, you will create one corresponding contact from your trigger. Okay. And for trigger for contact, the mandatory field value is the last name, right?
Sir, can you repeat? Whenever create any account.
Whenever you are creating any account,
Okay.
you have to create one corresponding contact from trigger. Okay. And in account, uh, take any field where any uh, field value of address, like it might be billing address or something like that. Put that address in contacts address, put the account email in contact email, and put the account phone number in contact mobile number. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Address, phone, and mobile. So right, sir.
Yes, at least phone, email, uh, and address.
Okay, sir.
Copy that, like with those values you just create one contact from the trigger.
Okay, sir.
So whenever create any account, you have corresponding create one contact, right?
Right, create one contact,
Okay.
and that
And
contact values will be actually populated from the account values, whatever you have given in the account, that will populate in contact. Which fields it will carry, like it will
Phone, email, and
copy?
address.
Phone, email, and address.
Sir, it will work on the insert or it will work on the update as well
No, it will work on insert only.
only. Okay.
Okay.
I think because is the related object and the it's not working in same object, so we can use the insert operation, right?
At the time of insert only you should do this, and first do that insert and do that delete as well on account. If you are deleting that account and you have a related contact which is having the same email phone number, then
As we are creating a related object of the
right,
account, so
right.
we need the before, we need the after insert, right?
Yes,
Because we need to
that's why.
generate the ID of the account.
Yes, that's why I have asked this one.
Okay, we will do that, sir. And we were saying something else.
Yes, and also when you delete, that contact should get removed. That account, if you delete that account, the contact should get deleted.
Okay, sir.
So it would be your
Sir, this
fixed
is a
assignment.
common functionality, right? We have a relationship with account and contact. Whenever we will delete the account, the contact will be deleted automatically.
No, ideally not. Let's check that.
So, sir, can I say one more? Like, let's whenever create any account, okay? Whenever create any account have and corresponding create an one contact, okay? And that
Right.
contact value populated from same of account,
Account values. Right.
phone, email, and address. And if
Right.
remove the account, contact will be will delete.
Delete.
Okay.
Let's check that, Shubhajit. Shubhadip. Let's check that. Let's create one account. Let's create one corresponding contact, and let's delete it.
Yes, I think so. Why is doing that?
Put only the last name. Anything. Wait. Put something. Put something unique here. Otherwise, you will not find.
You need to delete the account.
You have already deleted the account, so that contact is
Yeah.
also deleted.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you create only
Because this is a master relation behavior,
right,
right?
it
It's a
is
special kind
it
of
is it
relationship.
is not hard coded master detail because
Yeah,
you can create contact without account as
without
well.
account.
In case
So
of
it's a
master
special kind of
master
relationship.
detail, you cannot do
Yeah.
this, but at least with this relation, if you create that, the corresponding contacts will get deleted. That's fine. Then remove this delete scenario.
Okay.
Only create that the previous one.
Okay, sir.
Ideally, yes. Ideally, the contact should get deleted. So uh, we can do that with some custom object, but for now, it is fine. I just wanted to handle the delete scenario. So whenever you are doing this, like with your custom objects, like one is master and one is child, and the relationship is a lookup relationship. At that time, it does not happen. Like the child will not get deleted, and in child, the lookup field value will only be deleted. So in that scenario, we can just handle this thing. In
Yeah,
that,
yeah, because yes, sir. Because this contact and account is lookup relationship, but behavior like a master. But in
right,
corresponding,
right, right. You are right. You are absolutely right about that. Okay, so let's close it today. Enjoy Diwali. Next week we will move into the TDM framework.
yes, sir. Same to you, sir.
Thank you.
Happy Diwali all. Happy
Happy
Diwali.
Diwali, all.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.